We're diving deep into the mystery of the 1982 D. Lincoln penny, a small, misunderstood coin that's turning ordinary Americans into unexpected millionaires. And if you think this couldn't possibly happen to you, think again. Let's rewind the clock. The year is 1982. Gas is cheap. Music is on vinyl. And pennies, well, they're made of copper. But something big was about to change. To cut costs, the US Mint made a critical decision. Switch from copper pennies to cheaper zinc ones. But here's the twist. During this transition, 7 different versions of the 1982 penny were created. And that's where the chaos and the opportunity began. Now let's zoom in on the one you came for. The 1982 D small date copper Lincoln penny. It shouldn't exist. Let that sink in for a moment. According to official records, no copper small date pennies were supposed to be struck at the Denver Mint in 1982. Yet, somehow, a few of them did slip through the cracks. And one of those little rule-breaking coins just sold for over $646,000. You might be wondering, why? What makes this penny so special? Well, in the coin world, rarity equals value. And when a coin shouldn't even exist, collectors go wild. Especially when the mistake was made by the US government itself. But don't go running for your change jar just yet. There's more you need to know. And no, melting down your pennies to check if they're copper isn't going to work. That's illegal, and not exactly a millionaire move. Instead, you need to know how to identify the rare version without destroying your coin or your chances. So here's how you do it. First, check the date. It must say 1982. Next, look for the D mint mark just below the year. That tells you it was made in Denver. Now here's the tricky part, the small date versus large date. It's all in the design. And the small date, the 2 in 1982 curls closer to the base, and the 8 has more of a delicate shape. In the large date, everything looks bolder and more spaced out. It's subtle, but crucial. If you think you've got a 1982 D small date made from copper, congratulations. You just found a potential gold mine. But how do you know if it's copper? Here's the kicker. Copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams. Zinc ones weigh 2.5 grams. You'll need a precise digital scale to tell the difference. If your penny hits that 3.11 gram mark and matches the small date design, you're sitting on one of the rarest modern US coins ever discovered. And here's the real shocker. Experts believe there are still more of these pennies in circulation today. Meaning yours might be next, but time is running out. Collectors are on the hunt. Dealers are buying up old penny lots by the pound. The window to find one of these hidden gems is closing fast. So what should you do if you find one? Don't just sell it to the first person who flashes a few $100. That's the fastest way to lose out on a fortune. You need it authenticated. You need it graded. And you need to know how to negotiate in the rare coin market. And yes, I'll show you how in an upcoming video. But here's the final truth. We live in a world where people work 40 years and never see 6 figures in one check. Yet one rare penny, a coin you probably walked past 1,000 times, could rewrite your entire future. The question is, will you recognize it when you see it? This isn't just about coins. It's about unlocking wealth from the overlooked, finding gold where others see copper, and changing your life not by working harder, but by seeing what others miss. So before you cash in those coins, look a little closer. The treasure you've been searching for might already be in your pocket. What if I told you just one could be worth more than your retirement fund? Sounds impossible, right? Well, stick with me because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot the rare 1984 D penny that could change your life. But first, let me ask you something. When's the last time you actually looked at a penny? Not just glanced at it, but really looked. Because in 1984, the US Mint made a mistake. And that mistake is now making people millionaires. Let's uncover why. The 1984 D Lincoln penny may seem ordinary, but this coin has a secret. At first glance, it looks like any other cent copper-plated zinc. Lincoln's portrait, the Denver Mint mark. But here's the twist. Some of these coins were struck with a dramatic double die error. Now, I know double die sounds like something from a Vegas poker table, but in the coin world, it's pure gold. A double die happens when the coin's design is accidentally struck twice. The result? Letters and details look thicker, shadowed, or even doubled. The 1984 D penny has one of the most dramatic double die varieties on Abraham Lincoln's face. Doubled. Doubled. One of the most visually striking minting errors in modern US coin history. Collectors go wild for these errors. And the market has spoken. In a recent auction, one of these 1984 D Lincoln pennies sold $4.746,000. That's nearly $750,000 for a coin you could have dismissed as pocket change. Now, before you go running for your coin jar, there's more you need to know. Because not every 1984 D penny is valuable. And not every double die is worth a fortune. So how do you tell the difference? Here's what you need to look for. Check Lincoln's ear. The doubling is most visible there. It almost looks like he has a second earlobe. Look closely at the letters "In God We Trust." They may appear shadowed or thick, and don't just use your eyes. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to be sure. If you're unsure, have it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Their certification is what gives your penny real market value. Still with me? Good. Because now comes the part no one talks about. Let's be real for a second. If you're thinking, wait, I just gave a penny to the gas station guy this morning. Well, join the club. We've all done it. That penny could have been your Porsche, so here's your permission to become a penny hoarder for the next few days. Dig through jars. Flip over every coin. Check the couch cushions. You never know what's hiding between your car seats and your laundry room floor. Because time is ticking, and the more these rare coins get found, the fewer there are left to discover. That means the value of yours, if you find one, could spike even higher. Now, let's fast forward. It's a year from today. You're sitting in your dream home, paid off. Your debts? Gone. You just returned from a luxury vacation in the Caribbean, and your biggest worry? Choosing between the lake house or the beach condo. And it all started with a coin you almost threw away. Or you ignore this, you never check, you find out years later your cousin sold one $4.850000, and you had the same coin, but gave it to a cashier for a candy bar. Regret is heavier than copper. Don't let that be your story. Right now, in this moment, you have a decision to make. Are you going to take a few minutes today to search your change, inspect your jars, and possibly unlock a fortune? Or are you going to let $1 million coin stay hidden in the dark? The 1984 D Lincoln penny isn't just a piece of money, it's a piece of history. And maybe, just maybe, it's your ticket to a completely different life. So here's what to do next. Grab your change. Check your coin collections. Ask your parents if they have old rolls stashed away. And when you find something that matches, get it graded, get it listed, and get ready, because your life is about to change. Before you go, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon. Because in our next video, we're diving into a 1969 S penny that's selling for more than a Lamborghini. Imagine holding a single penny in your hand, and it turns out to be worth nearly $1 million. Not a joke, not a fantasy. A real United States penny from 1980, with no mint mark, just sold for $946,000. That's right, 1 cent close to $1 million. Now ask yourself, what if you've had one sitting in a jar, tucked in a drawer, or buried in a forgotten box in the attic? What if wealth isn't something you need to chase, but something you already own? In the next few minutes, you're going to discover how one seemingly ordinary coin turned an everyday person into a millionaire. We're diving into the world of the 1980 no mint mark Lincoln penny, how to spot it, why it's valuable, and how to potentially turn your spare change into serious cash. But don't blink, because missing this information could cost you the opportunity of a lifetime. Let's get into it. It's 1980. Ronald Reagan is about to reshape American politics. Cable TV is still a luxury. And in a quiet corner of the US Mint, something unexpected happens. A batch of pennies is struck, without the tiny P mint mark usually found on coins minted in Philadelphia, and no one notices at first. They slip into circulation like any other penny. People spend them, toss them into pockets, use them to buy bubble gum, and forget them. But decades later, collectors begin to uncover a shocking truth. Some of those pennies weren't just missing a mint mark. They were perfectly struck, in near-flawless condition, and made from a composition no longer used today. One of them would later sell $4.946,000, and here's the kicker. It could have easily ended up in your change, or still be sitting in your home right now. So, what makes the 1980 no mint mark penny so valuable? First, rarity. These pennies weren't supposed to exist. The Philadelphia Mint was required to include a mint mark after 1980. So, when coins without one slipped through, they became instant anomalies. Collectors love anomalies. Second, condition. To reach the highest values, a coin has to be in nearly perfect condition. Think crisp details, strong luster, no scratches. Coins like that, graded as MS-67 or higher, are like finding a needle in a haystack. Third, market demand. Right now, the rare coin market is on fire. More Americans than ever are investing in tangible assets. That penny you dismissed years ago? It could be the gold rush you missed. And let's not forget, scarcity creates urgency. You might be thinking, well, that's great, but what are the chances I have one? Let's talk about that. Because the odds might be higher than you think. Here's a quick question. When was the last time you actually looked at a penny? If you're like most people, it's probably been a while. We toss them aside, shove them in jars, or worse, drop them between the car seats, never to be seen again. But what if one of those dusty little coins is your ticket to freedom? Coming up, I'll show you exactly how to tell if your 1980 penny is one of the rare no-mint mark versions that could fetch hundreds of thousands, even millions, in today's market. But first, let me ask, if your penny could pay off your mortgage, fund your retirement, and put your grandkids through college, would you bother to look? Let's find out how. Here's what to look for. First, flip your 1980 penny over. Is there a small letter underneath the year? If you see a D or S or P, it's not the one. But if there's nothing at all, you may be onto something. Next, check the condition. Coins in the highest grades, typically MS-66 or MS-67, bring the most value. That means no scratches, strong details in Lincoln's hair and beard, and that unmistakable shine. Third, verify the weight. A genuine 1980 penny should weigh 3.11 grams if made of 95% copper. Use a precision scale. If it's off, it might still be rare, but not the jackpot coin. Fourth, get it graded. Do not sell it to a pawn shop or casual collector until it's been professionally appraised by an authority like PCGS or NGC. A verified high-grade penny can instantly multiply in value. And remember this, a $946,000 sale doesn't happen by accident. The owner knew what they had. They paid attention. They took action. Will you? This isn't just about a penny. It's about the possibility that wealth is hiding in plain sight. You don't need to win the lottery. You don't need Wall Street. Sometimes all it takes is knowing what to look for. And the courage to act when you find it. So here's what I want you to do next. Go grab your old coin jar. Open those boxes in the attic. Call your parents or grandparents and ask if they've kept change from the past. You're not just hunting for pennies. You're searching for life-changing opportunities. Because time is running out. The market is hot. Collectors are on the move. And every day that passes, more of these rare coins are being scooped up. Don't let yours be one that got away. And if you're serious about discovering and selling rare coins like this, make sure to subscribe because in upcoming videos, I'll reveal more high-value coins hiding in plain sight, how to authenticate them, and how to sell them for top dollar. What if I told you there's a penny out there, just 1 cent, that could be worth more than your car, your house, maybe even your retirement fund? Yes, a single 1979 D. Abraham Lincoln penny could be worth up to $746,000. And it's hiding in pockets, junk drawers, and old jars all across America. This isn't a fantasy. It's happening now. People are discovering these rare coins and cashing in. The only question is, will you be next? Stay with me because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about this specific penny, how to identify it, why it's worth a fortune, and how it could change your life forever. Let's begin. Picture this. A man in Ohio goes through a box of old coins his grandfather left behind. Dusty, forgotten, overlooked for decades. He notices something odd about one of the pennies. It looks different. He shrugs, tosses it aside almost. But curiosity wins. He checks online. Hours later, he's sitting in front of an appraiser, staring at a number on a screen that could pay off his mortgage 10 times over. That penny was a 1979 D. Lincoln penny, the exact coin we're talking about today. What makes it valuable? It's not just age. It's not just the mint mark. It's a rare combination of condition, die errors, and details most people ignore. By the way, have you checked under your couch cushions lately? Who knew that dropping change while watching TV could be a retirement strategy? Let's break it down. Here's where it gets interesting. The 1979 D. Lincoln penny was minted in Denver. Millions were produced, but only a few were struck with what collectors call rare die variations. That includes double dies, off-center strikes, and unusual minting errors that happened during production. These errors make them one of a kind. Now, add something else, condition. If your penny is in mint state, meaning it hasn't been circulated, the value skyrockets. A penny that looks brand new can be a gold mine. And the market is hot. One of these coins recently sold for $746,000. That's not a typo. That's the verified market value. Think about it. You could be holding $1 million asset and not even know it. The same penny you ignored for decades could be your golden ticket. Let's pause for a second. How many times have you said, "It's just a penny," and tossed it aside? Feels a bit different now, doesn't it? But here's the kicker. Not all 1979 D pennies are valuable. So how do you know if you have the one? That's where the story takes a sharp turn. Time is not your friend here. These coins are being snatched up faster than ever. Collectors are on the hunt. Dealers are offering tens of thousands. Some are even flying across the country to secure these treasures. The window to profit is now. Not tomorrow. Not next year. These coins are rare, and once they're in private collections, they disappear from the market. Maybe forever. So here's what you need to do. Go through your coin jars, your old boxes, your glove compartment. Look for the 1979 penny with a D mint mark below Lincoln's portrait. Check for unusual features. Doubling in the lettering, a slightly off-center strike, or even a coin that looks too perfect to have been in circulation. And if you're not sure what you're looking at, don't guess. Get it appraised. Contact a reputable coin dealer. Join a collector's forum. Use your phone and take high-resolution photos. You could be one image away from a life-changing sale. Still think you don't have anything valuable? Tell that to the woman in Texas who almost spent her rare penny at a gas station. Instead, she made 6 figures. And that brings us to this cliffhanger plus outro, leaving them wanting more. In our next video, I'll reveal the top 5 hidden markers on the 1979 D. Lincoln penny that separate a common coin from a millionaire maker. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. What if I told you that a single penny, yes, a brown copper coin buried in your junk drawer, could be worth more than a beach house in Malibu? One coin. One 1976 D. Lincoln penny. One chance to change your financial future. Right now, collectors are offering up to $846,000 for this coin. That's not a typo. That's the current market value, and it's climbing. The real question is, do you have one? Welcome to Coin Wealth Uncovered. Today, we're diving into a coin that most Americans ignored for decades. Until now. Before you toss that old jar of pennies or cash in that change bucket, stop. You might be sitting on a gold mine, and you wouldn't even know it. Let me guess, you're thinking, come on, it's just a penny. It can't even buy gum anymore. Well, tell that to the collectors writing 6-figure checks for this exact coin. Let's rewind the clock to 1976. The bicentennial. Fireworks lit up the skies. America turned 200, and our coins got a patriotic facelift. But one coin quietly slipped under the radar, the humble Lincoln penny with the Denver mint mark. Unlike the flashy quarters and half-dollars redesigned for the bicentennial, the penny stayed the same. No drum-playing patriots. No Independence Hall. Just Lincoln. Quiet. Stoic. Eternal. But here's where things get interesting. Most 1976 D pennies are worth, well, 1 cent. But a few, an elite few, were minted under rare conditions. Errors. Strikes. Doubletis. Off-centers. Minting anomalies that slipped through unnoticed. These flaws, invisible to most eyes, now drive the price into the stratosphere. Excitement kicks in when you realize this. A penny you've had for decades could now be worth nearly $1 million. Imagine finding one. What would you do? Pay off your mortgage? Retire early? Buy that car you've only driven in dreams? But not all 1976 D pennies are created equal. Some are common. Others are treasures in disguise. How do you know the difference? We're getting there. But first, let's talk about why collectors are paying so much in the first place. The coin market is heating up, and not slowly. With inflation rising and tangible assets gaining value, rare coins are becoming a quiet investment strategy for the wealthy. Coins like the 1976 D Lincoln penny are no longer just collectibles, they're wealth vehicles. That's the magic word. Experts estimate that only a tiny fraction of 1976 D pennies have the rare mint errors that drive the price into the hundreds of thousands. One such penny recently sold for a staggering $846,000 due to a combination of factors: a double die obverse, near-perfect condition, and its place in history. You see, when rarity meets demand, prices explode. And right now, collectors are desperately trying to complete their bicentennial-era sets, so still think that old penny in your car cup holder isn't worth checking? Could you own one? Start by checking your coin jars, drawers, attic boxes, and inherited collections. Look for these telltale signs: a strong Denver mint mark below the year, unusual thickness or shine, doubling on the date or letters, misalignment or off-center stamping, a crisp, near-uncirculated condition. Don't worry. You don't need to be an expert. If you find something close, get it appraised. Coin dealers, grading services, and even online forums can help you determine if it's the real deal. But don't wait. Every year, fewer of these coins remain in circulation. More are locked in collections, forever off the market. The clock is ticking, and your opportunity is now. If someone else finds that penny before you do, they get the six-figure check. You get regret. Don't be the person who says, "I had one of those, but I spent it on a parking meter." The top 5 rare pennies you should be looking for right now, including one that's worth over $2 million and is still rumored to be hiding in everyday circulation. If you thought this penny was a game changer, wait until you see what's next. So check your coins. Research. Take action. This isn't just about pennies. It's about unlocking unexpected wealth that's hiding in plain sight. Subscribe for more secrets buried in spare change. Share this video with someone who still thinks a penny is worthless. They might thank you from their new beach house. What if I told you that a single penny sitting in your kitchen drawer could be worth over $700,000? Not a typo. Not a joke. One penny. $746,000. Now here's the real question. Have you already spent it without knowing? This isn't a fairy tale. This is real. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot this rare penny and how to turn it into life-changing money. So don't go anywhere, because the next 10 minutes could literally change your financial future. Let's dive in. Picture this. It's 1973. Gas is 40 cents a gallon. Nixon is in the White House. And deep inside the Denver Mint, something unexpected happens. A batch of Lincoln pennies is struck. Millions of them. But hidden among them are just a few with strange, microscopic anomalies. One of them becomes legendary. A 1973 D Lincoln penny that somehow, through a minting mishap and immaculate preservation, now holds a market value of over $746,000. Yes, $750,000. Pause for a second. When's the last time you checked your coin jar? Or that old coffee tin in your garage? And before you dismiss it, remember, someone out there did just that, and they struck gold. Let me walk you through what makes this coin so special. Most 1973 D Lincoln pennies are worth only face value, but a select few were struck with doubling on Lincoln's bust or lettering. Others have off-center errors or rare copper compositions instead of zinc. Combine these with uncirculated condition and official grading, and you're looking at a financial windfall. It's not just rarity. It's rarity plus condition. That's the magic combination. Now, here's a question for you. Have you ever looked at a penny and thought, nah, it's just 1 cent? You might want to start squinting a little harder, because that penny in your pocket might be worth more than your car, or your neighbor's car, or both. Kinda makes you rethink tipping with loose change, huh? Let's keep going. Coming up, I'll show you the one detail on this penny that separates it from the rest. Miss it and you could be throwing away your fortune. But first, let's talk mindset. Most people walk past opportunity because it wears overalls and looks like work. Or in this case, copper and looks like a penny. But not you. You're here. You're curious. And that curiosity could be the bridge between your current life and the life you've always wanted. What would $746,000 mean for you? Paid-off mortgage? A new business? Early retirement? People dream of a lucky lottery ticket. But this isn't luck. It's knowledge. It's awareness. And it's right in your hands, literally. All right, back to the coin. The record-setting 1973 Lincoln penny that sold for nearly $750,000 had a few distinct features. It was graded MS 67 Plus Red by a professional coin grading service. One of the highest possible grades. IT showed a sharp strike with no wear, and full luster. It had a rare double die error, visible under magnification. And perhaps most importantly, it was authenticated. Now, imagine finding that coin in your old wallet. Imagine having it verified. Imagine cashing that check. Good, because now I'm going to tell you exactly how to check your coins and where to sell them safely. But stay sharp, because there's one mistake people make that can destroy a coin's value instantly, and you're about to find out what it is. First, handle your old coins with care.
No cleaning. No polishing.
That scrubbing session might turn a six-figure penny into a worthless one. Use gloves. Hold the coin by the edges, and store it in a soft holder or plastic sleeve. Next, look for these features. 1973. Look for the small d under the date. A deep, original red hue is best, doubling on the words Liberty, or In God We Trust. Off-center designs or strange metal textures. If you think you have something, submit it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. Do not, I repeat, do not sell it to the first buyer you find online offering cash. That's how people get robbed, not just of coins, but of legacy wealth. Instead, think long-term: auction houses, certified appraisers, safe transfers. This penny isn't just metal. It's leverage. It's the financial jumpstart most people pray for. Now here's the kicker. There are still undiscovered 1973 pennies out there, sitting quietly, waiting. It could be in your sock drawer, your attic, or inside a dusty piggy bank from your childhood. Will someone else find it? Or will it be you? You've got the knowledge now. You've got the steps. And you've got time, but maybe not for long. Because as more coins are discovered, the rarity drops. And so does the value. This is your window. Don't miss it. Check your change. Check your boxes. Check your past. Because the future might just be in your pocket. If this inspired you, subscribe for more rare coin stories that could change your life. Leave a comment if you found any interesting pennies, or if you're checking your drawer right now. And remember, wealth doesn't always arrive in stacks. Sometimes it jingles in your pocket. Well, here's the shocking part. In the dusty corners of everyday American life, there's a 1987 Lincoln penny, with no mint mark, that has sold for as much as $946,000. That's right. A single cent, now worth nearly $1 million. And the best part? Could already be in your house, your pocket, or hiding between your car seats. This isn't a fantasy. It's real. But it won't last forever. In the next 10 minutes, you're going to learn everything you need to know about this coin, what it looks like, how to spot it, and how to turn it into serious wealth. By the end, you might never look at a penny the same way again. Let's start the journey. Back in 1987, millions of pennies were struck by the U.S. Mint. Most of them are worth exactly 1 cent today. Worthless, or so it seems. But a few, just a few, are different. These rare 1987 pennies have no mint mark under the date. That small absence, a missing tiny letter, could mean everything. You see, most Lincoln pennies were stamped with a P for Philadelphia, a D for Denver, or an S for San Francisco. But the ones with no letter, they're ghosts in the machine, anomalies, glitches in the minting system. And collectors, they love a good mystery. That's what gives this coin its massive value. It's not just copper and zinc. It's history, the scarcity, and it's money. So why haven't you heard of this before? Because those who know often keep quiet. They buy up these pennies quietly. They watch auctions. And when one surfaces in pristine condition, what experts call MS67 or higher, the bids start to fly. That's how one of these coins recently fetched an astonishing $946,000 at a private sale. Yes, nearly $1 million. For a penny. Let that sink in. And here's the kicker. It doesn't even have to be in perfect condition to be valuable. Even a circulated version, the kind you might actually find in a change jar, could sell for hundreds, even thousands. Still think it's just pocket change? Now you're probably thinking, okay, do I need a microscope, a PhD in numismatics, and Indiana Jones to help me find one? Relax. You don't. You just need to know what to look for, and I'll tell you in just a moment. But first, let's talk about why this matters. For most people between 30 and 65, maybe retirement is looming. Prices are rising. The economy's shifting. What if your next big financial break isn't in the stock market, but in your junk drawer? Every day, rare coins are tossed aside by people who never knew what they had. And every day, collectors search tirelessly for them. It's a race. And time is running out. That's why you need to start looking today, because every moment that penny sits forgotten, its chances of being lost forever increase. And if you're thinking, well, I probably don't have one, ask yourself this. What if you do? What if you walked past your own fortune 100 times and never knew it? Now you're probably wondering, how do you spot this coin? What exactly should you be looking for? There's a specific set of visual clues and one tiny feature that makes all the difference. In just a moment, I'll walk you through it, step by step. Because this isn't just about finding a penny. It's about opening a door to real wealth, with nothing more than your own two eyes. Here's what to do right now. Grab any 1987 Lincoln penny. Flip it over. Check the front side, the obverse. Right below the year, there's usually a mint mark. If there's a D or S, it's likely common. But if there's no mint mark at all, you might be holding a hidden treasure. Next, look at the condition. The fewer scratches, the brighter the shine, the better. If it's in excellent condition, it could be worth thousands. If it's near mint, with clear details on Lincoln's beard, cheekbone, and the lettering, the value skyrockets. For maximum clarity, have it graded by a professional. Companies like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and appraise the coin. And once it's verified, you're not stuck with it. You can sell it at auction to private collectors or even online marketplaces with the right strategy. Now, picture this. You find the penny. You get it graded. The offer comes in. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. A windfall from a single coin. No loans.
No hassle.
No corporate ladders to climb. Just you, a little knowledge, and a penny most people overlooked. This isn't luck. It's awareness, and it's waiting for you. So what are you going to do now? Will you walk past your chance again? Or will you check your coins and take one small step toward real wealth? The choice is yours, and the clock is ticking. If this opened your eyes, don't let the moment fade. Subscribe now for more insights on rare coins, hidden treasures, and untold wealth hiding in plain sight. And if you've got a 1987 penny with no mint mark, drop a comment below. You might just be sitting on a fortune.